Hi guys, Annette here. I have a cooking video for you guys today. It's a little bit of a leftover makeover and a freezer cooking meal. I made some shredded pork verde, taco burrito type meat the other night, and I've eaten it twice, and I'm going to use the rest to make some burritos for the freezer, so that when I'm running to work, especially when I work like my multiple 12-hour shifts in a row, I can just pull something out of the freezer, throw it in my lunch bag, and I have homemade lunch to take to work with me. You could also pack these in your kids' lunch for school if they have a microwave available, or you can freeze these for yourself, even just to have at home for a quick lunch so you don't feel like you have to run out to fast food. So ingredients are super simple. They're going to be really simple burritos. I'm using these Tortilla Land uncooked tortillas. You get these at Costco. Some of the other stores have them in smaller packages. They're definitely the best price at Costco. You get 50 uncooked flour tortillas, and they're around $5. I can't remember the exact price, but it's right around that price. And it's 2 packages inside, so if you're not going to go through them by the date, you can always freeze a package. But I looked, and these are good until like $5.9. So even in the fridge, they sealed, they have like 2 months on them. So you don't even have to go through them that quickly. So I cooked up some of those. They're right here. I cooked up 6. I know I have room in my freezer for 6, and I'm pretty sure I have enough meat and beans for 6. And if I have leftover meat and beans, I can always make up a few more, or even have it again for lunch tomorrow. Usually after I eat something 2 or 3 times, though, it starts to get a little bit old, even if it's really good food. I'm just not in the mood for it anymore. So this way, it doesn't go to waste, and it's still something that I really like, but in a few weeks, I can have it again. I just don't have to keep eating it day after day. And I'm also using the Kirkland brand Mexican blend shredded cheese. A lot of times I shred my own cheese, but this was just a really great price, and none of the regular grocery stores had blocks of cheese on sale for the price that I would want to pay for them. So per pound, that was actually a better price than buying it not shredded. So I just went ahead and picked that one up. It actually came with 2 of these bags, and the other one's still sealed in the fridge. That's the pork meat that I made. I made that in my electric pressure cooker. I used a jar of green chili sauce and some onion, garlic, and a little adobo seasoning. And that's it. And it was just a whole pork butt roast that I let cook in there for about an hour and 45 minutes, and it was just fall apart tender, so it came out perfect. And then that's a can of organic black beans that have been rinsed and drained. And so I'm going to build these really simple burritos by just putting some cheese, some pork, and some beans down. I washed my hands, so I'm just going to use my hands. And I will show putting the filling on, and then I'll have to put the camera down to roll up the burritos, because I can't do that one-handed. And then I'm going to stack them over there on that piece of wax paper, and then I'll show you how I package them for the freezer. So the first thing we're going to do is get some cheese. I like to put the cheese down first, because that way when you microwave the burrito, it'll help all the ingredients stick. So just some cheese right there in the middle. A little bit of pork. You don't want to overstuff this either, because you want to roll it up good and tight for the freezer. You don't want it to fall apart. This is going to be so much better, though, than a frozen, burrito from the vending machine, or even the frozen burritos from the grocery store. The frozen burritos that have real ingredients are actually quite expensive, so to do it yourself at home is a lot cheaper. So there's meat in there. And we're just going to take some of these black beans and sprinkle those in. You could also put a few shakes of hot sauce if you wanted to in here. My meat has sauce on it, so I'm not too worried about it. I can always have hot sauce on the side later. And you can do this with any kind of meat. You could use chicken, you could use ground beef, you can use refried beans, whole pinto beans, just whatever you like. So that's going to be my filling for this burrito. I'm going to go ahead and pause the camera, roll it up, and set it over on that piece of wax paper, and I'll be back. Okay, so I've rolled up that one burrito. I just tuck both sides in and then start at one end and roll it all the way around. I always put it seam side down. And then once I wrap these up, I'll show you how I wrap each one up individually with wax paper and put them in a Ziploc bag for the freezer. And I will be back and show you that. But they will stay sealed and they'll freeze just like that. And when you go to warm them up, just seam side down like they are. And the same time as like a frozen burrito, probably a minute or two in the microwave, just until it's heated through because everything's cooked. So after I get these all rolled up, I'll be back to show you how I put them in the freezer. Okay guys, so there's my 6 burritos. They're all wrapped up and ready, or they're all rolled up and ready to be wrapped up to be put in the freezer. I did use up all the meat and there's just a little bit of beans left. If you wanted to, you could lay these all out in a casserole dish, freeze them that way, and warm them up in the oven if you'd like to. You could also put some verde sauce over the top when you go to warm them up in the oven and have like wet burritos. I think 2 is a really good size portion for an adult, especially if you're not having anything else with it. Like I will just grab these and take these with me for my lunch at work. And it needs to be a decent meal because I'm there for 12 hours. But if you wanted these to stretch further, you could just let each person have one and make some like Spanish rice and refried beans to go along with it, and it would stretch just fine. So I'm going to tear off pieces of wax paper, wrap each one of these individually, and then stick 2 of them in a freezer bag apiece, so I'll have 3 freezer bags to go in the freezer. And after I wrap them up and put them in the freezer bags, I'll show you guys what that looks like. And then they just get popped into the freezer, and I'll probably use them within a few months. But wrapped in the wax paper and in a baggie, they will be fine for at least a few months in the freezer, if not longer. So when I come back and these are ready for the freezer, I'll show you. So there's my 3 packages of burritos ready for the freezer. I put the date and what they were in there. They're in quart bags. You could obviously fit more to a bag, especially if you weren't taking them for lunch, or if you just wanted to grab one out and throw it in a sandwich baggie for your lunch, you could do that too. If you wanted to conserve freezer bags. I just wanted to make it easy, so I'm going to do it like this, so I can just literally grab it out of the freezer, throw it in my lunch bag, and be ready to walk out the door. So there's 3 lunches for work that I don't have to worry about, and nothing to waste from previous meal that I was making. So works out great. And if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I accidentally shut my video off, so I'm hoping to be able to splice this in with the other one. If you guys have any questions or comments, always leave them. I love to talk to you guys, and please like and subscribe if you like these videos. I'm going to try and post more frequently for you guys, and maybe get some craft ones up. I need to redo my spring wreath, and so I got a few more things from the Dollar Tree that I want to show you, and hopefully bring you guys along for that to show you how to make a deco mesh wreath. So that's all for this video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.